it's good to offer kind of literacy and literature studies as well, because people need that help in a very media driven, image driven culture. They need leadership that will do that, because if not, they won't do it themselves very often unless they're, pretty disconnected from the modern age and digital forms of communication, and they just use hardback books and things like that themselves. Most culture is very disconnected from hardback books, from hardback literature, from basically something that's not digital. So it'll have to be led before people just kind of gravitate towards it. So I think this is a good complementary way of educating and cultivating discipleship in your church. And I really think if the church would do this, it would really help the church's discipleship, and also, I think, instill a culture of the gospel, and also a culture of learning and continuing education as well. The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan, who is my favorite writer, again, apart from the Bible. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I won't go into all that right now because this is not a book about video about John Bunyan. But The Pilgrim's Progress is a very wide, kind of mainstream Christian classic that just a lot of people have never read. They've just not read the book. They know about it. They've heard about it. There's been some illustrations they've probably heard from it, or, some scenes that have been referenced that they've heard about before, maybe in sermons or teachings, but they've actually never sat down to read the book. Again, the reason for this is because Christians have become less and less readers, just like the culture has become less and less readers. And it becomes what happens. This happens all the time in Christian history. Then Christians become just pious, and they lose the intellectual fervor they're called to have. And so I think it's really important for us to remember we are called to intelligent Christianity. We are called to intelligible and also literate Christianity. Otherwise, Christianity, I think, is very in danger of becoming a folk kind of religion, where it's basically kind of there's some beliefs about Jesus, but they're kind of mixed into kind of cultural, kind of folk myths and homespun wisdom. And it becomes very dangerous to dissect Christ in any way from Scripture itself. And it becomes dangerous to dissect Christianity from church history. Okay. And I think both of those are in danger if we're not engaging classic Christian works by classic Christian authors who have a wonderful way of applying the truths of Scripture to everyday living.